Hello everyone, this is Logan59XP, and I have some explaining to do, but before I explain myself, I need to go ahead and change the title of the stream because I just realized that I screwed up and instead of typing Splatfest, I typed in Splafest or something like that. So hold on, let me go ahead and update the stream title real quickly so it's not wrong. Let's see. Okay, I think there we go. Save. Okay, we should be good. Okay, so now I've addressed that. Let's go ahead and get the elephant in the room. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I'm streaming on September 25th. The Splatfest ends in like 2 hours. Yeah, I need to explain myself. Okay, so obviously the Splatfest started on the 23rd, but I was still so first things first, I should probably address the prelude to this as well. Okay, so about like a week ago, my mom got COVID, and then my dad got COVID, and then I got COVID, and then we all of us got COVID. And so for a good like 3, 4, 5 days, I was not in the mood to do pretty much anything because I was not feeling great, as you can imagine. However, by the time the Splatfest started on the 23rd is when I was rebounding, and I was kind of like on the road to being back to normal, but I still wasn't quite ready to stream on the 23rd. So that's why I didn't stream on the 23rd. I didn't stream on the 23rd because I still wasn't quite, even though I could have, I technically was feeling good enough that I could have done it. I was like, give it one more day, plus there's other things I need to work on anyway. So I went ahead and I was like, okay, we'll do it maybe the day after, right? Well, obviously that didn't happen either, because yesterday I worked on some other stuff that I needed to work on. And now it's like, okay, shoot, it ends today, so if I want to stream it, I gotta do it today, so yeah. So if you're wondering, where was the Splatfest stream? Why haven't you been streaming the Splatfest like you said you were going to? Because COVID and also stuff I had to work on, that's why. But we're here on the 25th, and we're gonna do it. I know it's very last minute, hence the title of the stream. I'm sure no one's really gonna care at this point, because it's too freaking late. But you know what? I think, honestly, I was considering just not streaming this one. Because, hey, we're gonna have plenty of Splatfests in the future. It wouldn't kill me if I missed one. But obviously, I'd like to get in at least some playtime, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. Even if it's only gonna be for like 2 hours or however much longer it goes. I think it's 2 hours and 30 minutes at this point. So the stream's not gonna be super long or anything. Not that I really want a super long show. I kind of want to scale back on those, on like the 5, 6, 7 hour streams that we've been doing. I mean, a lot of those have been the campaigns, but still, I kind of want to go back to the usual, like, you know, 2 to 3 hours that we normally do for kind of just generic, like, playing whatever streams, you know? Even for something like this, because this is still just technically playing the game. So yeah, I have not played this literally at all yet. This is my first time playing the Splatfest. I've deliberately held off just playing this on my own. And I have no clue what the results really are yet, by the way. Okay, so I guess that's the one that's winning, although just barely. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care for the subject of this particular Splatfest. I thought the first one was a pretty good subject, you know, rock, paper, scissors. That was a pretty good subject to introduce, like, the tricolor variant with. Whereas, like, this one's like, I don't know. I think that's another reason why I was kind of like, if I really wanted to skip this one, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because I don't really care for the topic of this particular Splatfest all that much. But again, yeah, whatever. We're here now. That's what matters, I guess. So yeah, if no one shows up for this one, I'm not gonna be surprised. That's kind of my fault for putting this off 2 days and doing this at like basically the last minute. I got Pac-Man. Okay, so before we do anything, let me see what I can buy. Yeah, I have not picked the team at all yet, by the way. Again, this is my first time booting up the game since the Splatfest started. Let's see. I guess that. I'm only ever going to use the boots. Like, I can say that definitively, so it kind of doesn't matter what else I buy anyways, in regards to that, but... I might as well, because, I mean, I can't use any of my coins on weapons in this game, so I might as well buy stuff like that. As for weapons, we'll probably just stick with whatever we have right now, but we might buy stuff later. Okay. So like I said, I don't really care about this particular subject all that much. So I'm not really gonna... So, I'm gonna say... We're gonna go with gear. That's the one I'm gonna go with right now, but I'm not... That's not like a super strong one or anything. Oh, Inspector Gadget. Do Inspector Gadget. Woohoo! That theme song is easily the most iconic thing. I've never seen the show, but I've watched the theme song 1,000 times because it's so catchy. Oh yeah, okay, no. We've already went through the stores. Already. Alrighty then, so let's just go ahead and, I guess I could just teleport there, but we'll walk just so we can see, like, the little posts or whatever. So yeah, obviously we saw our obligatory Among Us. There's always gotta be Among Us. It's a legal requirement in Splatoon or anything, really, these days. Any game that has, like, a thing where you can, like, post little messages must have a Among Us somewhere in it. Okay, sweet, Neko's online. Okay, we might join her lobby then. What's funny is that I knew this was gonna happen. I'm sure she'll probably join in later. But actually last night she sent me a message that was like, hey, have you played this Splatfest at all? And I'm like, oh boy, I knew this was coming. I knew that this message was coming. I didn't respond to it. But I didn't get around to responding to it, but yeah. Oh, look how bright this ink is. I like how bright this is. Can I join the lobby just from here? Cool. And I'm sure the second that she notices I'm there, she's gonna be like, oh shoot, he's playing the Splatfest, and then she'll probably join the stream if she hasn't noticed already. Okay, so... That's weird. Tricolor Turf War is just Hammerhead Bridge. There's only one stage. Odd. I'm sure we've been through a bunch of rotations at this point. Ah, dang it. Look at that. Look how bright the ink is. I like how bright and vivid it is. I mean, they tend to do that for these, to be fair, but yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and I guess just do like a regular-ish match. We'll do Tricolor, since Tricolor is obviously the new one, which I only got to play one side of in the Splatfest World Premiere. I just got, since I was on the opposing side, so I didn't really get to experience like the Tricolor from like the other perspective. Like I was on Team Scissors, so near the end it was just like, oh yeah, I was like on Sturgeon Shipyard pretty much for a lot of it, and like we would be on the defensive, then the other two teams would be on the offensive or whatever. And I don't know. Like I didn't really get to experience the other side of the Tricolor, just like one side. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works out. But yeah. So alrighty then. Time for our way too late into the Splatfest first match. Oh man, this is so late. But again, we got plenty of Splatfests in the future that we can do when they actually start from the beginning. I guess we're getting the first song. I want to hear the second one. The second one's really good. It's like my favorite Splatfest song since the original, which I'm sure I've mentioned before. I don't know if I heard the second one or not during the world premiere. I don't remember hearing it, but that might just be because I wasn't paying attention. I guess this is just a regular turf war battle. But didn't I join Tricolor? Oh, I don't know anymore. Whatever. We'll work with it. So, a lot of stuff has happened since the last stream. Like, actually a lot. Mainly when it comes to, you know, NVIDIA and EVGA and all that stuff that everyone's already said pretty much everything about at this point, so there's not much I can really add to it, but there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, believe it or not. But the problem is, again, it's like, but it's kind of like, well, what else could I possibly add to the conversation? I mean, not that I have to add something new or original to every piece of news that comes out, but I don't know. It's like, what do I have to say about the EVGA stuff and the NVIDIA stuff that hasn't already been said, right? Like, what else is there really for me to say? Well, I guess I can talk about the EVGA thing real quick. So, I know I've mentioned before that I'm still running a 1070. When I first built my computer in 2016, I didn't have a graphics card at first because I couldn't get a 1070 because they were pretty much vaporware back in like when they first came out. But then I got one in December 2016, like from Micro Center, and it was a EVGA for the win, and that card has served me very well, and I'm still using it. The card that I'm using, that very same card from 2016 to encode the stream you are watching right now. It has been a trooper. It has been very good. I've had no issues with it. It's a pretty good card. But then again, EVGA is known for making some of the best NVIDIA cards out there, so that's not really saying much. But yeah, I've had a great experience with that 1070. It's been rocking. It's been rocking for like a good 5 or 6 years now. But the 10 series is official. But you know, the 10 series is, you know, it's about to be 3 generations old, right? So I think it's time for, you know, that 10 series card, as well as it served me, to be put out to pasture, so to speak. But of course, with the insane pricing that we're getting right now for the 40 series, at least for the higher end models, it's like, well, obviously I'm not gonna do that. So it's like, I don't know. That's a whole other conversation right there. But basically, what I can say is, and I know again everyone else has said this, but like it really is true. It really is a shame that that EVGA is leaving, at least NVIDIA. I know there's obviously been talk of like maybe they'll join AMD, like they'll become like an AMD partner, which would be really cool. But yeah, it's a real shame though that because you know they were the flagship, right? Like EVGA was the NVIDIA board partner. That was like the premium, premier, top of the line, all that stuff. So it's a real shame that, you know, things are going the way they are. But at the same time, I really can't blame them for leaving with all the stuff that's been going down with NVIDIA lately. But yeah, so EVGA thing happened. That's obviously a big deal for the industry. But again, everyone's already said pretty much everything there is to say about that. So all I can really say about it is, as a satisfied EVGA customer, it's a real shame to see them leave, because obviously, whenever I did get a new graphics card, my plan was to get another EVGA, whether it was a 30 series or a 40 series. But now, well, I guess, I mean, if I buy like a used 30 series, like if I buy like a 3070 off eBay or something in a couple of months for like $300 or however far down in price they go, I mean, that could still be an EVGA. But obviously a 4080, 4090, 4070, oh, I'm sorry, the 4080 12 gig, that's really a 4070. But again, everyone's talked about that. That, of course, will not be an EVGA, unfortunately. But anyways, yeah. And then, so yeah, an EVGA leaving, that sucks. And then, obviously, yeah, the whole thing with NVIDIA and the $900 4070, basically, yeah. Again, everyone's already said their piece on that, but yeah. Hey, VGB. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. I can't play right now. I bought Splatoon 3, by the way. Sweet. I gotta go now, though. See you later. Well, thanks for popping in real quick. Splatling X, hey, welcome to the stream. I want to join? Okay, well, after this match, you can join. I'm gonna try and see if I can join Neko, because I saw Neko was, playing like a second ago. I tried to join her lobby, but it wouldn't let me. I might try that after this, actually. If that doesn't work, then I'll just, like, open a lobby, and then you can join it, I guess. And maybe if Neko notices that I'm live, she can join in later. Okay, so again, we're on a normal kind of, map right now. Not normal map. We're on a normal, Didn't I pick tricolor earlier? How come I'm not getting tricolor? Oh, we're getting this. Oh, this is the second song. This song is such a banger. It really is. Like, the first one is good. It's a solid B, but this one's like an S-tier Splatfest song right here. Best Splatfest song since, like, the original from the first game. What's that one called again? Ink Me Up, I think, which is a very weird name. Why'd they call it that? Who at Nintendo thought calling that song Ink Me Up was a good idea? I don't know. Obviously now everyone could be like, hoo 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 hoo, because of the title of the song, but yeah. Yeah, what else is there? Yeah, most of the news has been the EVGA and the NVIDIA stuff, but what else is there really? Oh yeah, AMD did announce that RDNA 3 at, ironically, the exact same time NVIDIA announced the 40 series, which was obviously on purpose. They were like, hey, we're going to be launching or revealing RDNA 3 on November 3rd. It's not entirely clear what they mean by that. Like, are they revealing it or are they announcing it? Because I imagine they have to announce it before that point, right? But I don't know. But they're going to be doing something with RDNA 3 in November. And in other AMD-related news, AM5 is going to be launching, I think, in a couple of days, actually. So, I mean, I'm going to be running AM4 completely into the ground, but so you know that's cool. The AM5's launching. We don't have a release date for Raptor Lake yet, but I think Raptor Lake is coming out in October. But don't quote me on that. Oh shoot, go back! Just funny. What are your thoughts on the new classes? By new classes, do you mean weapons? I assume that's what you mean by that. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. I need to let my cat. I like this victory song, like the Splatfest version of the victory song I like a lot. Especially when they got that little bit of like shiver being like, you know, I like that. But anyways, but yeah, in terms of weapons, well, aren't there only really two new weapons right now? Obviously there's the bow, and then there's like the Splatana. Unless there's like another one that I just haven't seen yet. I'm pretty sure those are the only two like new weapons we have right now. Obviously we'll get more ones later, I'm sure. But between the two, I'm still not very good with the bow. I'm still not very good with the bow. So, I don't know, the bow's okay, I guess. Because I'm not very good with it. The Splatana, I still like, but the more I use it, the more I see its limitations. Like, it's not quite the powerhouse that it was in the world premiere for me. But I still like it. The Stamper in Reef. What do you mean by the Stamper? You don't mean like the Stamp Special, right? Because that's not new, because that was in 2. You mean something else, I assume. Do I have enough coins for this? Drink ticket. Look in the shop. Okay, then. I did briefly scroll through, like, this whole thing just to see how many weapons there were, but I didn't really pay attention to it all that much. It all just looked like weapons that were already there before. Like, all of these are weapons that have already been in the games before. Okay, so there's this. So yeah, I do know about this. Yeah, this is like the other variant of the Splatana. I assume this is the one you're talking about. I have not gotten to use this one yet, because as you can see, I'm not high enough level yet. Reef. What's the reef? What weapon is that? Oh, this. Yeah, the other bow. Yeah, I haven't used that one yet either. Actually, I think I might have used it a little bit in, like, Salmon Run. I think it was in the Salmon Run rotation at one point. But yeah, I haven't really used either of those two yet. I'm like a level away from being able to use this. I'm obviously not wasting a license on it. So I'll probably go ahead and try that out once I unlock it, which will probably be sometimes... What level am I anyway? 13, okay. Oh yeah, by the way, okay, so there's something I noticed, like, since the last time I streamed about, like, the catalog that I find very strange. So I know I mentioned, I think at the end of the last stream I did, I mentioned how, like, the catalog is basically this game's version of a battle pass, except it's free. But here's something that's really weird about it. How come you can't see what's in front of you? So I'm at level 21, right? And I can see 22, 23, and 24, but I can't see anything beyond that point, even though every other battle pass or battle pass equivalent every other game will let you see all 100 ranks, right? You can see everything that's in front of you, but in this game you can't. But I have figured out that you can. Okay, I genuinely am going to ask you a question. Guess how you see what's in front of you. I want you to guess, like, genuinely guess how you see the rest of the catalog. Like, officially. I'm not talking about the wiki. I know you can go on the wiki and look at it, but I mean, like, officially, how do you see the rest of the catalog that's in front of you? Because there is a way, but I want you to guess how you actually do it. Like, I genuinely want you to guess. Okay, is there a thing I can join? Can I join it now? No? Okay, whatever. I'll just open up a thing. In a match. I don't know. Okay. Allow me. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how you see. Now, maybe this will change in the future, or maybe there's something hidden that I haven't seen. But as far as I'm aware of, there is only one way to officially see what is in the rest of the catalog. You wanna know how you do it? It's the most, like, really, like, thing I've ever seen. But in a weird way, it also doesn't surprise me. It both surprises me and doesn't surprise me at the same time. You know how? You know how? You have to use the app. I am dead serious. If you go on Splatnet 3 and you go to the catalog, it will show you all 100 ranks. It's in the app, but not the game. I'm dead serious. Now that right there is some grade A Nintendo right there, right? If you want to see the... Thus the catalog ranks. You have to use the app. Maybe they'll change this in the future. Maybe they'll add an option to see that on the game itself. But unless there's something I've missed, the only way you can officially see it is by using the app, which is obviously ridiculously stupid and makes absolutely no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. Ah, wait, okay, I guess our lobby is full. Okay, I guess we'll just, yeah, we'll just do, we'll just open one up. We'll do tricolor since I haven't done tricolor yet. There. I don't know if I have you added or not. I don't remember. Oh yeah, of course I can't change that. Yeah, we'll just leave that alone. Alright, sweet. Oh. Perfect timing. But yeah, I don't understand why they make you use the app for that. I really don't get it. It makes no... Okay, so now we got Museum de Alfonso and Mai Mai. Well, I want to do some tricolor first, and then we can go do that. But yeah, I don't know. That's just weird to me. Like, you have to go through the app to look at the darn catalog. Why? Why do you have to do that? That makes less sense than the voice chat. The voice chat being locked to the app is dumb, but I can at least kinda understand it. But why would you lock the ability to see the remainder of the catalog behind the app? Please tell me what purpose that serves. And no, forcing people to use the app isn't the reason, because you can just go on the wiki and see it there, which does not require the app and is easier, probably. I don't know. It's just weird. Let me go. Let me see if the wiki actually says if there's another place you can find it. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you haven't actually seen the full catalog and where everything is, for anyone that's curious, the dab is at rank 98, I believe, 97 or 98. It's basically at the very end. It's not literally the last one, but it's close. Which doesn't surprise me that they put the dab at like basically the very end of the catalog. Because obviously they want you to grind just so you can have your little meme whatever, right? Oh, you want your stupid little meme dab thing, you gotta earn it. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Okay, I've been picking tricolor this entire time, and we have yet to get a single tricolor match. Ah! The one thing I don't think we know yet is, so the big thing about the catalog that I want to know is I want to know if what's in it is time limited. Because that's my biggest problem with the battle passes, is the fact that they're time limited. We don't know if the catalogs are time limited yet, or to be more specific, we don't know if what's in them is time limited. Maybe the catalogs themselves are time limited, but if you missed out, you can still buy what's in there in like the Hot Lantis shop or whatever it's called, right? Like, oh, you missed out on the dab in the first catalog? Well, don't worry, you can still buy it through like the one of the shops or whatever. Because aren't you supposed to be able to buy emotes through, like, that shop or whatever? I don't know. But that's something we don't really know yet, because we're too early on in the life cycle to really know how time limited or not the stuff in the catalog is. Either way, though, I'm obviously going to do everything in my power to make sure that I get everything. When does it stop? November 30th, I think, is when the first one ends. That's plenty of time, but still. Oh yeah, so since the last stream, I have kind of more thoughts on some of the stages in the game. So here's kind of my thoughts on the stages that are currently in the game. All like 12 of them, 11 of them, whatever. Okay, so I genuinely like pretty much all of the new stages. I think E-Tail Alley is pretty good. Scorch Gorge I like. What's it called? Mincemeat Metalworks, I like that one. The one that's in the sewers, I have played the least. And then there's like one other one that I'm forgetting the name of. What's the name of the other one that's new? Oh, it's like Hagglefish Depot or whatever. Yeah, I like that one too. So yeah, I've liked pretty much most of the new maps so far, which is a good sign because I'm kind of mixed on the Splatoon 2 maps. I like some of them, and others are just kind of like whatever. But I genuinely like most of the new maps so far. The Splatoon 2 maps are basically identical to how they were in Splatoon 2, so I got nothing really to say on that. And then the Splatoon 1 stages, I know I've talked a bit about like these before, but I guess just a kind of quick refresher. So obviously Mai Mai is my favorite stage in the entire series, and then they changed it in this game. Yeah, I know that's been apparently controversial or whatever. I don't follow the Splatoon community pretty much at all, so I don't know what the general opinion on this new version is, but the very, very little I have seen has been somewhat controversial. I think I'm gonna stick to I think I said this in a previous stream where I said they took an S tier stage and bumped it down to B or whatever. I think I more or less am gonna stick to that. They took an S tier stage and they bumped it down to B is pretty much how I'm gonna be. That's kind of still my kind of thoughts on it. I still like Mai Mai in this game, but not as much as the original. That's what I'll say about that. Now, Hammerhead Bridge, I didn't get much playtime with until later on. And even though Hammerhead supposedly has a similar layout. On the wiki, at least, it says it has a similar layout. And I can see what they mean by that, but it definitely feels like a new stage. It feels like it's like a new stage to me. Even though there is definitely some influence from the original in terms of the layout. And overall, well, Hammerhead was never like the greatest stage ever. And that one I'm gonna have less to say that when it comes to changes compared to Mai Mai, but basically I like the new Hammerhead. It's different, but I still like it. And then Museum de Alfonso is basically the same. It's a little different. They made the stage a little bigger, but it's the same exact layout. So, you know, Museum de Alfonso is still good. But yeah, this stage though, yeah, the more I've played on it, the more it's grown on me. Again, like, I still will maintain that the original version of the stage is still better. But the thing is, even though it's quote-unquote completely different, it's not really completely different. Like, Like, this middle part is very similar. I don't think it's exactly the same, but this middle portion of the stage, the core portion, is very similar to the original. So this whole, like, it's not really Mai Mai anymore, I don't completely agree with, because it still feels like Mai Mai Resort. But the beginning and ends of, like, the stage are definitely completely different. But the middle portion is very similar. It still has the water dropping up and down mechanic and all that stuff, so... yeah. Again, the whole thing of, like, they went from an S and bumped it down to a B. It's still good. I still like it, but... if they ever, you know, a part of me wonders if maybe they'll update the stage down the line to make it more in line with the original. Because they've done that before, right? Where, like, they'll take stages and they'll update them with, like, big changes down the line. I wonder if, like... after all of the feedback about how you changed Mai Mai Resort, what was wrong with it? You should have left it alone. I wonder if after all of that, they'll, like, change Mai Mai Resort in a future update to be, like, more in line with the original, or just straight up make it the original. Pretty sure we won that one. Pretty clean victory right there. Oh, man. Oh yeah, you get like conch shells or whatever in this game. Like, we still have the super sea snails, but like there's also like the conch shell. The conch. Which is used for like this machine, as far as I'm aware of. Just getting music tickets. Room full, joinable. No? Oh yeah, Splatling, are you still here? I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to buy a new weapon. Oh, that's probably why you weren't in the last match. Let me create a new room. And my voice sounds weird, by the way. It's because my nose is all messed up right now. I'm guessing lingering COVID stuff, even though the worst of it is definitely over. Now it's just kind of like, you know, normal stuff. You know, like coughing and stuff like that. I'm sure it'll be completely gone pretty soon. I pretty much feel normal at this point, so I'm pretty sure within the next few days I'll be completely in the clear. But yeah, because I waited so long to, like, play this Splatfest, there's no way I'm gonna be able to max out my, like, title. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time, even if I win every single match. I'm not gonna have enough time to max out my, like, to get, like, ruler or whatever. Museum de Alfonso. Here's the banger song again. I need to mod these like Splatoon 3 tracks in the Smash. These need to be on Moray Towers. If someone hasn't made like a Splatoon 3 mod pack for Moray Towers yet, I need to make it. Like, not just the Splatfest songs, but that's definitely like... But I definitely want those on there too. And I know I've talked, you know, in all the different Splatoon streams about the whole, like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Splatoon 2 soundtrack, and I'm very curious to see what the Splatoon 3 soundtrack is like. Well, obviously, by this point, I have thoroughly listened to all of, like, the main tracks in the Splatoon 3 soundtrack, and I can definitively say that it is a big step up from 2. You know, 1 soundtrack is really good. It's a really good soundtrack. I like just about every track in that. Even the small tracks, like the lobby music, is like an absolute classic in that game. You know, that boo-doo-doo, boo, boo-doo-doo, boo. You know, that track, that's a really good one from the first game. Even just the lobby music is really good from the first game, right? Never mind all the other tracks. And then we have the second game, which has some tracks I like, definitely, but overall, most of them are kind of just whatever to me. They kind of just exist. None of them really stand out. And then this game is, like, way more in line with the first one. Not every track in this game is amazing, but most of them are pretty good. So, I'm very happy with that. And I know I've, you know, been also saying, like, forever now, the whole, like, oh, I think DJ Octavio should have only been in the first game, all that stuff, right? Well, here's what I can say. I'm glad they brought him back for 3, literally just so we could get that remix. Because, you know, for as great as Calamari is, you know, I Am Octavio is really good, too. That's the other reason why the final boss fight in the first game is so memorable. It's a combination of both of those tracks. It's not just Calamari. So it was really cool that they brought him back, like, basically just for the simple fact that we got that remix of the song, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm glad he's not the final boss, obviously, but I'm glad that the way they used him in the campaign was pretty good. Like, he was in the campaign at the very beginning, and then he shows up at the very end, but he's not the final boss. I think the way they utilized him in the campaign for 3 was pretty solid, and we got that banger remix, too. So, I'd say it all worked out. Hey, Antonio. You sick? Yeah. I'm very much in recovery mode. The worst is definitely past, but yeah, for the last like week I had COVID. So yeah. The worst is over now. I'm very much like, if it wasn't for like the nose and the coughing, I'm basically back to normal at this point. I mean, I wouldn't be streaming if I didn't feel good, right? But yeah, so I have been sick. It's pretty much over at this point, but I have been sick with COVID for like the last week. So if you're wondering why I kind of sound the way I do, even though I'm very much in recovery mode at this point. What's funny is I didn't sound like this yesterday. Yesterday I didn't really have this. It's kind of funny that I have it again today. Maybe it's just because I'm like talking a lot. I don't know. How did it feel? Let me assure you, it was not fun. Obviously, it could have been far worse. I want to make that crystal clear. My COVID experience could have been far worse. But it still sucked, believe me, it sucked. Especially early on, I could not sleep. Like, the first night that I, like, knew for a fact I had it. Like, it was genuinely, like, really bad. Trying to sleep. I could not sleep. It was probably one of the... At the risk of overselling how bad it was, because, again, it could have been far worse. I want to make that crystal freaking clear. It could have been far worse. But, still... It still very much sucked the first couple of days. But by this point, it's pretty much done and over with, thankfully. It's just minor stuff now, like a bit of coughing and stuff like that, but nothing like too bad. So that's good. But anyways, okay, what else can we talk about? Again, we talked about the EVGA and NVIDIA stuff. There's not much else to say about that. Oh yeah, so we do have confirmation that Lovelace is going to be getting AV1. This was already rumored for a while, but that is confirmed. And I'm really see, here's the thing that annoys me. So I know I've said for a while now, the main reason why I want a new graphics card is not to play games on, because I play most of my games on the consoles at this point. No. I want a new graphics card for the newer NVENC encoder, and to be more specific, AV1. I really want to be able to stream at AV1 and get much better quality, especially on Twitch, because Twitch with its infamous, you know, 6 megabit cap, right? You can't get good 1080p 60 quality on Twitch because of that arbitrary 6 megabit cap. But once AV1 comes out, that's going to give you a big bump in quality for Twitch, and even YouTube to some extent. Although YouTube doesn't have those arbitrary bitrate limits. Like, for example, I'm streaming at 1440p 60, 16 megabits right now. That's a lot better than what you can do right now on Twitch with its 1080p 60, 6 megabit, whatever. But even AV1, so while the big improvement with AV1 is going to probably be on Twitch, where there's more, like, limitations, I think even on YouTube it'll help a lot as well, especially when it comes to, like, you can stream at, like, lower bit rates and still maintain quality and stuff like that, so that would also be kind of nice. So, yeah, I really want AV1 encoding. That's what I really want, is AV1 encoding. But I'm obviously not gonna pay $900 for a 4070. I know it's the 4080-12 gig, but come on, it's the 4070. Everyone else is calling it the 4070, because that's clearly what it is. I'm not paying $900 for a 4070 just to get AV1 in, like, the newer NVENC H.264. That's ridiculous, right? That's absolutely ridiculous. But I also don't want to buy just a 30 series card, because then I'm not going to get AV1. I'll get the newer H.264 that came in with Turing, but I'm not going to get... AV1, and I really want AV1. So how am I going to get AV1 without spending a crap ton of money? I figured out how. I figured out how I'm going to accomplish this. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to do this, but this is kind of my current plan for how I'm going to do this. My current plan is this. If I sound terrible, apologies. I'm trying to talk right now, but my nose is getting in the way. So here's the current plan. Okay, so you know Arc, right? You know, Alchemist, right? Which is taking forever to launch. Still hasn't officially launched, right? Well, one of the very few pros about Alchemist right now, one of the very few pros is Alchemist Arc has AV1 encoding. And it's cheap. You can go on Newegg right now, and there will be a listing for, like, some blippity blip, whatever, A380 card that's like 140 bucks. Now, it's not in stock right now, but still, if all I wanted was AV1 encoding, I could just buy that A380 off Newegg for 140 bucks or whatever, and boom, problem solved. There's AV1 encoding without having to spend $900 for an overpriced 4070. Like, right? So yeah, that's kind of my plan right now. Is like I still want a better graphics card, like an actual better graphics card. But maybe what I'll do is I'll buy like a used 3070 or 3080 or whatever, or maybe a used like 6700 XT or something. But so I can get my AV1 encoding, I'll go ahead and I'll buy like a cheap ARC card on the side to use as like a secondary encoding card for streams and stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool. And plus that would give me like a way to experiment with ARC, right? That would give me a way to mess with ARC without having to like really commit to it all that much. Like I'd basically just be using it as an encoding card, not for like gaming or anything. And yes, you can use an ARC card in conjunction with like an NVIDIA or AMD card. You can do that. I know there are people out there that have done exactly what I'm thinking of doing. I think even like Epos Vox, I think, has already tried that, like using like a 3090 or whatever as like his main graphics card, but using like the ARC card for like AV1 or whatever. I think he's done that. I know he's done a bunch of videos on AV1, so he's probably done it. So he's probably messed with it. But anyways, yeah, that's like I really want AV1 encoding. But I'm not gonna spend, you know, $1,000 to get it, so I'll probably just end up buying an ARC card on the side to use as a glorified AV1 encoder. Which may not sound like it's worth it, but I don't know. I mean, when the alternative is spending $1,000, $130, I think sounds pretty appetizing, even if it is ARC with its, you know, lackluster drivers or whatever. But again, I'm not going to be using that ARC card to play any games on, or even as a main display out. I would literally just be using it for AV1 and stuff like that. So the drivers probably don't matter nearly as much as if I was playing games with them. Anyways, how did you get the Callie and Marie badge? I believe you get those badges by getting all of the sunken scrolls. That's what I remember. It's either getting all of the sunken scrolls or like doing all of the levels or both. I don't remember exactly. Oh my god, I can't type. Okay, so according to the wiki, you get the Callie and Marie badge by unlocking all of your upgrades. So like you spend all 99 of your upgrade points, you get all the upgrades. That's how you get the Callie and Marie badges. I thought it was the sunken scrolls, but never mind. You get all the upgrades. That's how you get it. Oh god, OBS is dying. Why is OBS dying? Is it a network problem? I am streaming at 16 megabits right now. And my like official cap is 20, but it's really more 22, 25, so 16 shouldn't be a problem. But I'm seeing it die right now. I see it dip to like, it's dipping to like 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. Uh-oh, 7,000. That's not good. Uh-oh, 2,000. It just dipped to 2,000. Oh, no. It's in the red. It's in the red if I'm a laggy mess right now, and it's like 2 frames per second. That's why. Oh, no. So right now it's sending out, let's see, 14, 16, 17... You know, I'll give Twitch this. Okay, apologies for that. It's freezing. Yeah, it's still in the red right now. So what I was about to say is, I'll give Twitch this. As annoying as the 6 megabit limit is, as much as I wish I could go higher than that, the one benefit of the 6 megabit limit is that it basically guarantees that your stream will always be stable because it's only 6 megabits. So if you have even a remotely decent upload speed, since you're capped at 6, that means you're never gonna like need to worry about like using too much upload bandwidth. So I'll give it that. Like if I was streaming on Twitch right now, I would not be having these issues because I'd be capped at 6 megabits. And 6 megabits is way lower than like the 20 or 25 megabit cap that I have right now for upload bandwidth. So I would not be running into any issues whatsoever. But normally 16 megabits is fine. I used to do 18 megabits early on for these Splatoon streams, but then I noticed there were issues with that, so I just dropped it down to like 16. But the problem is I don't want to dip too much further because like what's the point streaming at 1440p if I can't use a high enough like bitrate to like make it work, right? I think the lowest I would go is like maybe like 13 or 12 for like 1440p, because if I had to go any lower than that, I might as well just do 1080p. Now, granted, the bitrate that this is one complaint I have with YouTube. Okay, we talked about Twitch. Okay, let's talk about YouTube. Okay, here's one complaint I have with YouTube's streaming setup when it comes to the encoding. On Twitch, you get the raw feed. Like, you send 6 megabits, you get 6 megabits. It's not re-encoded, it's not reinterpolated, it's not recompressed. You get the raw feed that you get, that like the feed you send from OBS is the feed you get when you watch on Twitch, at least when you're watching in source quality. On YouTube, no matter what bitrate you stream at, it will always be recompressed. So if I streamed at like 15 megabits at 1080p, right? It wouldn't matter because it would all get lowered down to like 9 megs or whatever the official cap for 1080p streaming on there is. But even then, you don't see the real 9 megabits because it's a re-encoded 9 megabits from the 9 megabits you sent out. So if I could stream 9 megabits on Twitch, it would look better than the 9 megabits on YouTube because Twitch gives you the raw feed, but YouTube recompresses it. If any of that makes any sense that I just explained. And yes, I know the stream is dipping again still. So yeah, it's like, yeah, YouTube has much higher resolution, much higher bitrate options, but it all gets re-encoded, so it doesn't look as good as it could. Whereas, like, again, if I could stream at, say, 1440p 16 megabits on Twitch, it would look better than it would on YouTube because Twitch gives you the raw feed without recompressing it. Whereas YouTube will re-encode it, even if you're watching at native resolution, so to speak. I'm sure most people could care less about that stuff. That's just something that's always bugged me about YouTube streaming, is that how it re-encodes the feed. Now, if you're streaming at 1440p or 4K, then it doesn't matter as much as it does at 1080p. But I don't know. Anyways, enough about all that. We just got dabbed on. Yeah, I was gonna mention it, but that'd been too easy. We're talking about MCU stuff. I mean, I don't really have anything to say in regards to that. I still haven't watched She-Hulk. I'm still waiting for all the episodes to be out. Although I'm gonna have to binge like 9 episodes. Oh man, how long is that discussion video gonna be? Is that gonna be like an hour-long discussion video right there? For a series that probably doesn't even deserve an hour-long discussion? I don't even know. We'll find out. Yeah, I don't really have anything. I mean, I know there's been like some MCU news. Like, I know it's like, oh, the Fantastic Four writer or whatever was confirmed. I have nothing else to really say. There's nothing really to talk about when it comes to the MCU right now. Yeah, I can't stop talking about how great this song is. This song really is great. You probably can't hear it all that well, but if you've listened to it on its own, it's a really, really good song. It might be my favorite song in, like, the entire game that isn't, like, the Octavia remix or the new Calamari remix. This is probably my favorite new song. Like, in terms of, like, the regular multiplayer songs, this is probably my favorite. I mean, this isn't a regular multiplayer song, but you know what I mean, right? Like in terms of just multiplayer songs in general, this is probably my favorite one. Mr. Immortal was a character that was introduced in She-Hulk that was going to be introduced in the canceled New Warriors show. Oh god, I forgot about the New Warriors show. That was on, like, yeah, Marvel TV tried to get that off the ground for years and it, like, never happened. But yeah, again, I have not watched She-Hulk at all yet. I've heard little tiny tidbits, but I'm pretty much blind to anything that has happened in that show outside of, like, the infamous twerk scene that everyone has complained to death about. But aside from that one scene, I don't really know anything that happens in that show, because again, I haven't watched it yet. I just realized something. Speaking of the MCU and speaking of Hulk, kinda, sorta. This is a very dumb connection to make, I guess, but we were just playing on, like, the Hulk colors. Again, I know, really dumb thing like, oh, wow, the colors, wow. I know, but, like, I mean, purple and green, that's the Hulk's colors. We still haven't gotten the tricolor yet. I want to get to, like, at least one tricolor match. Yeah, look at that. Tricolor Turf War. We're in Tricolor Turf War, and we have not gotten a single tricolor match so far. Uh-oh. OBS died again. Maybe I should start streaming at 1080p again. Even though I don't want to. I want to stream at 1440, darn it. I want better image quality. I want a decent bit rate for streams. Because YouTube streams at 1080p aren't great. I mean, I know I complained about the Twitch 6 megabit limit, and I do, but, like, YouTube's 1080p streams arguably look worse than Twitch's, even if it's at a technically higher bit rate, because of the whole re-encoding issue I mentioned earlier. Twitch gives you the raw feed, YouTube re-encodes everything. But at 1440p and 4K, because the bitrate's high enough, it kind of negates that fact. So it doesn't really matter at 1440, but at 1080p or 720p especially, YouTube streams for gaming do not look good. Which is why I want to stream at 1440p more often. But if the internet connection's gonna keep having issues, then I might have no choice but to bump down the 1080p again for YouTube streams. Oh boy. What's that symbol that that guy has? Like the gecko guy? He has like a little symbol above him. Is that a symbol you get when you like... Oh, dang it. Is that a symbol you get when you like get like the max rank or whatever? Or is that... Oh, hold on. Wait, did you see his, like, he has, like, all the ranked battle, like, badges. I don't have any new badges, pretty much, by the way. I just have all the story mode ones. I don't have any of, like, the multiplayer badges, I think, at all yet. Even though I know there's a bunch of them, because I saw them on the wiki. And you get badges for, like, oh, you spent, like, you know, this much gold, this many coins at, like, the shops. You get a badge for the shop, or something. Or, like, you did 100 turf war battles, so you get a little badge of, like, Judd or whatever. Or you win 100 battles, so you get, like, a little badge of Judd or whatever. Stuff like that. Oh, boy. Okay. You want to know something about this game that baffles me? Why does this game have a worse connection than the last one? Did you see that lag that we just had? Yeah, Splatoon doesn't do lag. Like, Splatoon 1 and 2 never had lag. There would be connection issues, maybe, but there would never be lag. But this game has, like, increased connection issues for no reason, and also it has lag now. Not super often, but it's there, and it's like, why? The first two games didn't have this problem. Like, why does this game have worse online than the last one? It makes no sense. Because I never experienced any real connection issues in the first two games. I mean, Splatoon 2, I think I had maybe a couple of connection issues. And I mean like a couple, like maybe 2 times in my 5 years of playing Splatoon 2. I pretty much never had any connection issues in Splatoon 2. The game just worked. But in this game, in my week or so of playing it, I've encountered like 3, 4, maybe 5 like connection issues where it'll kick me out of a game because of a connection issue or something. And it's like, why is this happening? This never happened in all of my 7 years of playing the previous 2 games. How come all of a sudden now there's like connection issues? Or it's kicking me out of matches because of an unstable connection or whatever. It makes no sense. And then there's the lag that you see in matches. And it's lag, not frame drops, because this game does not frame drop, at least in normal matches. Now, that's clearly lag, not frame drops. And again, there was never, ever, ever any in-game lag in 1 or 2. Frame drops in 1, yes. Never lag. And yet this game has lag for some reason. Even though it's on like the newer... Even though this game is on like the newer like NSO like thing or whatever that Monster Hunter had. Yet for some reason it runs worse. It makes no sense. Hopefully that gets addressed at some point, but it's just really weird. Like, you know how... So, I know I've said before that, like, a lot... Like, that, like, 90% of the complaints with Switch Online boil down to Smashes Online being not great. And how most of the other Nintendo games have no issues online. And that was true until this game. Splatoon 2 ran great. This game is, like... It's still not horrible or anything, but, like, it runs worse. There's lag that wasn't there before. There's connection disconnects that didn't happen in the previous games. It's like weird. But anyways, enough with all that. See that? Did you see that? That like frame hitching in the lobby? I've seen that happen, which is weird. That shouldn't be happening. But it's not the weirdest, but that's not really a problem. The lag and connection disconnects, that's a problem. 3:44, so I think we have like an hour and an hour and 15 minutes left. Yeah, is there any other news we can talk about? Because I don't think there's any other big news aside from the whole EVGA NVIDIA stuff in the last few days. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. Is there something else that I'm forgetting? I feel like there's something else that I'm forgetting about. My nose is driving me crazy right now. Oh yeah, this isn't really news necessarily, at least not yet, but we do have a confirmation that, oh god, I probably sound terrible right now. But we do have confirmation that, the Mario movie trailer is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. Or, sorry, New York Comic-Con on October 6th, I guess. Which is kind of a weird place to reveal, and I'm kind of surprised it wasn't just in the direct, to be honest, or at least just like, I don't know. I'm guessing the trailer is going to be on either I'm guessing it's going to be on Nintendo's YouTube channel, but it might just be on the Universal channel, or maybe it'll be on both, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if one of like Nintendo's stipulations was like, yeah, we want the trailer on our channel. I don't know. Either way, it's coming out October 6th, so, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see how that turns out. I mean, I don't think anyone has any real expectations for that movie. I think at this point, people are just hoping it turns into, like, this weird meme mess or something, but I don't know. What else is there? Again, I swear there was like something else notable that happened recently. I can't remember what it was. That it wasn't the EVGA or NVIDIA stuff. It was like something else. Oh yeah, okay, no, I just remembered something. This isn't like anything that's like official, but like there's been all those rumors about like Sony making like an external disk drive for the PS5. Like there's gonna be like, basically there's gonna be like a PS5, like basically the next PS5 revision is supposed to be like digital only, supposedly. And they're gonna have like a disk drive add-on or something like that. I know that's been like a rumor. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a PS5 Slim they're talking about, or just like a general PS5 revision in general, but there's been like talks surrounding that, which sounds kind of interesting. Let me see if I can find more information on that. To be clear, there's no like leaks for the design or anything, but Well, wait, hold on, wait, what was that? What was that thing that just popped up on the screen? I just saw like a clam or something. What was that? Okay, so the rumor is that, so yeah, the new PS5 is going to have a, the new PS5 is going to have, yeah, it's going to have a USB-C port on the back. There's one on the front for the current PS5, but this new one's going to apparently have one on the back. And that's the port you're going to use to plug in the external disk drive. Hey, look, hey, Tricolor, also Joe Biden. We got Joe Biden on the opposing team there. Lowercase, but yeah, finally a freaking Tricolor. Oh my god, it took way too long. But yeah, so yeah, that's really all we really know about this PS5 variant, is that apparently it's gonna be like digital. It's gonna be like the console, like the console itself will not have a disk drive, but they'll have like an add-on or something, which I have mixed thoughts on. On the one hand, the idea of having an external disk drive for like digital PS5 owners sounds pretty cool. So you can like quote unquote upgrade to like a disc PS5 in a way, assuming that that new disk drive works on the existing consoles. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, I wonder if this is a prelude. Like, I've seen a lot of people that are like, oh no, this is it. This is going to be the prelude to the PS6 not having a disc drive at all. It'll be completely digital only. It's like, I don't know. Because, like, I don't want physical media to go away. I really don't want it to go away, especially on consoles. But at the same time, it's like, but I feel like, see, as cool as having an external disk drive for like digital only buyers would be, there's also a part of me that wonders if this is going to be the prelude to like them just getting rid of the disk drive entirely with the next console. Because I know there's a lot of people that are like, watch the PlayStation 6 not have a disk drive. But would the PS6 even have a disk drive add-on? Because here's the problem. As far, like, once you make it an add-on, then it, because here's the problem I have with making the disk drive an add-on. When you make the disk drive an add-on and not a core part of the console, then that inherently kind of just drives home the fact that it doesn't matter as much. So people won't take it as seriously. Which I feel like it's just gonna further lead to physical media losing even more market share and going even more on the down low. It's like, I don't know. I mean, this is all speculation. Obviously, we have no clue whether or not this rumor is happening or not, and how exactly it's going to go down. But, I don't know. I'm kind of like, on the one hand, I find this rumor interesting. Death by Joe Biden. But on the other hand, it's like, I kind of don't like this maybe being a precedent for removing the disk drive altogether in the future. I don't know. We're gonna have to see, but yeah, that's another thing. Oh, and I just remembered the other thing. I was like, oh yeah, there was something big that happened. That wasn't just the EVGA thing that I completely forgot about. I just remember what it was. You know, there was this little tiny thing that's, you know, this little tiny thing. Well, it's nothing important. This little tiny thing that happened a few days ago, you know, where a GTA 6 leaked, you know, no big deal. You know, this little underground indie game, you know, no big deal. No big deal. But yeah, so that happened. Honestly, I don't have that much to say about it. I've seen a couple of the clips of it, like only a couple, but yeah, so that obviously went down, and that was like insane, right? Like yeah. So that happened, and then and then Take-Two got hacked, so like double the damage right there, I guess. I don't know, man. That whole thing happened. Again, everyone's kind of already said their piece on it. But yeah, that's something crazy that happened, right? GTA 6 actually leaked. Hey, new badge, yay! By the way, how does Tricolor even work? I'm not even sure how we won right there. I don't even know the rules. That's how little I've played it. I don't even know how the rules work. I know that there was that like item in the middle that I grabbed earlier, but like I have no idea how any of that works. How the game determines who wins. I have no idea how any of that works. Because as far as I can tell, is it? Because I don't think it's literally just tricolors like turf. Well, you think it'd be that simple, but yeah, I don't think it's quite like that. Because they have that item in the middle. That like I don't know what the item in the middle does. Two v4v2. Okay, the middle defends, that definitely makes sense. Because when I was on Team Scissors in the previous one, on Sturgeon Shipyard, we were just defending the middle the entire time. And I was like, okay, well, I want to see what it's like up from the other side. World War Hulk might be a TV show because of how Universal is handling the Hulk. Actually, that would make sense because obviously She-Hulk is Hulk, technically, and they can't make a movie on that because of the rights. So I guess that would make sense. World War Hulk might just be a Disney Plus show. Marvel can get away with it. Like, yeah. I like with She-Hulk, yeah. I mean, She-Hulk would have probably been a TV show no matter what anyway, but it literally had to be a TV show because of Universal, right? Because Universal has the movie rights, but not the TV rights. That's also the reason why Marvel can make a like Spider-Man show like freshman year. We can get freshman year. That's okay because that's a TV show and it's animated, but they can't do live action TV shows and they can't do live action movies or animated movies. I think they can only do animated TV shows. Maybe actually they might have the live action TV rights, but I think right now Sony is using those because they have like the Silk show and stuff like that in development for Amazon or whatever. So I think Sony still has the live action TV rights as well. Or at least Marvel is the one that's, or at least Marvel's letting them use it. Hasn't World War Hulk been rumored for like 5 years at this point, and it still hasn't happened? Also, I'm not even sure if people would want it to happen at this point. I think in like phase 2 or 3 people would have. Right now, I feel like people would be like, no, please don't do it. We don't want to see that right now. Because we don't trust you guys to do it right. I don't know. That's at least just what I assume a lot of people's response to that would be, is like, maybe a couple of years ago they would have been down for it, but now they're like afraid of what they would do to it. Since obviously the reputation of the MCU right now isn't exactly at its peak. And again, even though I haven't seen She-Hulk yet, one thing I have deduced from it absolutely is that this seems to be like the tipping point for people. Like, I know Doctor Strange was somewhat divisive and Thor was very divisive, but this seems to be like the thing, right? This seems to be like the MCU thing that has made everyone be like, nope, nope, nope. Like, this seems to be like the thing that crosses the line, right? Because I've seen so many videos pop up in my feed ever since She-Hulk has come out that's like the decline of the MCU, how I fell out of love with the MCU, stuff like that. I noticed there's been a substantial rise in those videos since She-Hulk came out, which is why I assume She-Hulk was the one that broke the camel's back. People had issues with the other Phase 4 things, with the exception of No Way Home, which is, of course, still the only thing in Phase 4 that got universal critical acclaim, pretty much. But, like, you know, people have had their issues with other Phase 4 things, but it seems like She-Hulk is, like, was the one that broke the camel's back. That's the one that, like, everyone universally at the same time would just put their foot down and was like, no. Again, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's really that bad or not. But what I can say is I don't exactly have high expectations for it. I can say that at least. But anyways. At this point, I just want to have fun not to win. I mean, yeah, at this point, it doesn't really matter anyway. But I mean, I don't really care all that much if my team wins or not. Never really have cared all that much about that, except for, like, the really big ones that, like, actually matter. But for just, like, your general Splatfest, it's kind of like, if we win, cool. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. By the way, OBS is dying again, so if the stream is a complete mess, then... yeah. Ah! Got cornered right there. Oh yeah, another thing about the GTA 6 stuff, by the way, it's kind of weird, is just like the whole, the source code apparently got leaked, or it's gonna be leaked. Like, that's how far this GTA 6 stuff goes. Not only was a bunch of footage leaked and stuff, but like the source code apparently is gonna be leaked, or has been leaked, or whatever. Which is like, pretty insane, right? Like, that's next level. I mean, video leaks are one thing, but like, the source code? That's like some next level stuff right there. Now, I don't know if it's actually happened or not. I know I heard somewhere that apparently, like, Take-Two got the guy arrested, which is, like, also very strange. Like, but, I mean, I guess I'm not that surprised, but it's also, like, you never see that happen, right? You never see people that, like, do stuff like that get any real repercussion. So it's kind of weird to be like, oh, Take-Two and, like, the FBI. Like, I heard that, too. I heard that, like, Take-Two got, like, the FBI involved or something. Like, it's crazy. I have no idea how true any of that is. But from what I heard, like, it's been kind of crazy what's been going down with the GTA 6 stuff. But, yeah. Black Panther's coming out in November, right? I think it's November. That's actually a pretty big gap right there between the last movie and the next one. I know I've talked about this to death, but Black Panther's gonna be interesting because Black Panther has just about everything going against it. On the one hand, like I've said before, Phase 4, with the exception of No Way Home, hasn't exactly been the most well-received, has not been super well-received. And 2, there's no Chadwick. So, that's strike number 2. Right? So it's like, I don't know. It's like weird. I don't know. But yeah. Isn't that the last thing in Phase 4, by the way? Isn't that gonna be like the finale of Phase 4, basically? Like, I know there's like, wait, is there another show? Isn't She-Hulk, like, the last show? Like, not counting the Guardians, like, special or whatever, like, the last show? Isn't Secret Invasion, like, the first one of, like, 5? Hey, someone's got the Pearl Crown. Ugh. Is the last movie Phase 4? Okay. Is She-Hulk the last show, though? Like, not counting that Guardians special. Is that the last show? Or is Secret Invasion still a part of Phase 4? Isn't that Phase 5 now? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't paid attention. Wiki to the rescue. Yes, it's the last show. Okay. Where's the list, darn it? Why can't I find the list? That's a game. Phase 4. So yeah, Black Panther, November 11th. And then, what about shows? Oh yeah, the Werewolf by Night thing. Right. By the way, I heard that apparently, like, somewhere, I don't know if this is Disney Plus or, like, IMDb or wherever, but I heard that apparently Werewolf by Night somewhere was listed as a comedy, and of course people are losing their minds. They're like, oh no, another MCU thing that's comedy! Or something like that. Again, I don't know if that's actually true. That's something I just saw, like, offhand. Like, when that was announced, was like, oh, apparently it's listed as a comedy on, like, IMDb or Disney Plus or somewhere. Or the Marvel website or whatever. Which, obviously, people are not going to be super thrilled with. Not that I know anything about Werewolf by Night as is, but I'm pretty sure even I could tell that's something that people would not be thrilled with being a quote-unquote comedy. That's coming out on October 7th, by the way. So that's actually happening soon, if you think about it. Am I gonna make a video on that? I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a video on that or not. It's just like a one-off special. I'm not sure if that justifies a video. I might combine that and the Guardians special into like one video when that one comes out. It's like a double feature, so to speak. Because I'm not sure if Werewolf by Night on its own is really going to justify its own discussion that, like, I probably won't even have that much to say about. See, the thing is, I keep saying that I won't have much to say about this, and then the videos are, like, 45 minutes long. So clearly I find things to talk about. But, of course, that's a TV show, not a special. When there's, like, 6 or 9 episodes, there's going to be stuff to talk about. But for, like, I don't even know how long Werewolf by Night's gonna be, but we know it's just like a one-episode thing, so... Let me see if it says. 53 minutes, so it's gonna be like an hour-long special, basically. That's like what? Actually, no. Actually, no. That's the equivalent of like 3 Disney Plus, like, episodes, pretty much, so... You know what? That might justify a video on its own. I don't know. We'll see. If I have something I want to say on it, I'll talk about it. Otherwise, I'll save it for, like, the Guardians video. Because obviously I'll talk about Guardians, because it's Guardians. And I'll have it be, like, a double feature or something where we talk about both. Or something like that. Or I could just skip it. I don't have to talk about literally everything. I mean, I didn't talk about What If. I was gonna talk about it, but I didn't, so... Werewolf by Night is listed as horror now? Okay. Because yeah, I heard that it was apparently listed as comedy somewhere. People were losing their minds. Because, oh, it's a comedy! No more MCU comedy, please! Yeah, so I don't know. Ah, almost. You've probably noticed I've just been using the same weapon over and over again, but it's been working, so why not? Plus, it's kind of a throwback to the days of Splatoon 1 when I used the 52 gal deco all the time. It's not quite the deco, but it is a 52. I do like the killer whale, like the 5.1. I love that, by the way. That's like that's such a cool like little like reference or whatever you want to call it. Like, because get it? Because it's 6 speakers, so we're gonna call it the 5.1 killer whale. Get it? Because it's surround sound 5.1. Maybe they'll add like a new. Maybe they'll add a 7.1 version down the line or something. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. There's rumors about Samuel Stern's leader, played by Tim. She-Hulk. Again, I don't know anything about any of that, but oh wait, you're not in this? Did I just blitz through without paying attention? Okay, it's my fault, I guess. Yeah, I really like that they called it the 5.1 killer whale. We should totally get a 7.1 version. It's maybe like the 50. Is the 52 gal deco in this game yet? I don't think it is. I don't think any of the special variants of any of the weapons are in this game yet, pretty much. So maybe when they add the deco, we can get like the 7.1. No. They wouldn't do that because then it would just completely invalidate the regular 52 gal. So they'd put it on a different weapon, but like we should totally get a 7.1 killer whale on something at some point. That'd be cool. Is that supposed to be like... I'm trying to figure out what the emote is. I think I know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a box of like Chinese food or whatever, right? I think that's what that's supposed to be, because I can see chopsticks. Yeah, Chinese takeout. That's what I meant when I said Chinese food. I don't know. I don't know about this. I think we're gonna lose this one. Oh, I just realized I get a bonus from, from a Splatfest. Oh shoot. I wish I could back out. Like, look at this. Okay, here's another thing I don't understand. How come that these games don't give you the ability to back out ever? It should totally give you the ability to back out, and they don't let you back out. I don't know why. And the connection's dying again. Am I gonna have to drop down the 1080p? I mean, I could technically just lower the bitrate for 1440p, but I don't know. But how low do I have to go before it starts being okay again? I mean, the one benefit of dropping down the 1080p is that I at least get to go back to ultra low latency. That's like, okay, that's another complaint I have with YouTube streaming, is that like the higher the resolution you go, the lower the latency you get. Okay, I'm sorry, the higher the latency you get. So 1080p 60, you can do ultra low latency. But if you do 1440p 60, then you have to go up to low latency. If you do 4K, you have to go up to normal latency. Now, if you want a comparison as to like what the gap between all that really is, basically it's this. So ultra low latency is like 2 to 3 seconds, about on par with what you would get on Twitch. It's pretty fast. It's pretty good. Then there's regular low latency, which is like 5 to 7 seconds, maybe even longer, which doesn't sound like that much more, but it personally bothers me at least a little bit. It's not a big deal. It's still low enough that it's not really a problem, but I don't know. I wish I could have those extra couple of seconds that ultra low latency has. And then we have normal latency, and normal latency is like 25 to 30 seconds, which makes it completely impractical for most streams. Like, even if I had all the internet in the world, and I had all the graphics card, all the encoding in the world, I couldn't stream at 4K 60 because I'd be limited to like regular normal latency. And that would suck for most streams. So the absolute most I can go, no matter what hardware or internet I have, is 1440p, because I have to have at least low latency. I cannot do normal latency. Normal latency would not be good enough. Yeah, I wish that 1440p supported ultra low latency. Maybe down the line we'll get that, but yeah. Also, I watched Avatar the original yesterday, and they're not interested in that. Just wanted to point out that I went and saw it. Oh yeah, I know that they've been like re-releasing. Yeah, they've been like re-releasing the movie, obviously in anticipation for the new one that's coming out. I've never seen the movie, and I probably never will at this point, but yeah, I do know that they've been re-releasing. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I leave this time. You would think that Gear Champion would be at the top, but it's not. Oh, Ishii Hydra's got a lobby, but I can't join it. Okay, hold on. I will be right back. Alrighty, we're back. I tried to see if I could clear my nose a little. So hopefully I don't sound that bad. But anyways, and OBS is still losing its mind. Yeah, what am I gonna do about that? What am I gonna do about that? God, why is the stream just dying right now? Oh man. So anyways, are you gonna join or what? The Russian guy you mentioned before is in the Red Guard, and everyone Captain America is John Walker. Yeah. Hey, this is kind of funny. So so I don't use Twitter, but there are one or two people I will occasionally check the Twitter of just for the heck of it, and one of those is Jay. And I'm looking at Jay's Twitter feed, and I see, funny enough, a like retweet from someone that's playing the Splatfest, and the picture is like basically he got like banned for connection issues for like 10 minutes or something, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I have not encountered that, thankfully. That reminds me, don't they have something like that in Smash where like, oh, you disconnected too many times, now you are banned for 30 minutes or something? Isn't that like a thing in Smash? I don't know. But yeah, that's unfortunate right there. Which is kind of funny. I never would have expected to see something Splatoon related to pop up on his feed, but there you go. But yeah, I know I mentioned this earlier, but like this game, for some weird reason, has like more connection issues than the last game. The last game ran totally fine. This game has issues for some bizarre reason. I don't know why, but it does. Ugh, OBS keeps on dying. Okay, honestly, I might, this stream might be unlisted after the fact just because of the connection issues. I don't know if I want to have a stream up like this that's constantly dying all the time. So this one's probably gonna be unlisted after the fact. I might put it in like the playlists and stuff, but I don't think it's gonna be public just because of the connection issues. And maybe like our future ones will just go back down the good old 1080p to maintain some semblance of stability or something if I can't figure out what the issues are. Oh, it's still dying. What is taking up the... Is something else taking up the internet connection right now? Like, what's happening? The stream is still dying. Oh my god. It's still dying. What could possibly be happening that's taking up all that bandwidth? I'm the only one in the house that streams, so I'm the only one that really uses that upload bandwidth for anything. So I don't really know what the heck is going on there. If I could lower the resolution in the middle of the stream, I probably would, but unfortunately I can't really do that. I'm not going to restart the stream this late into the stream, obviously. Oh yeah, is the stream crashing and burning on your guys' end? I should probably, like, are frames dropping like crazy? Is it like 5 FPS or something? I don't know. I haven't checked. I haven't loaded up the stream on my phone or anything to see what it looks like. But because the connection keeps dipping all over the place, I don't know. Or maybe the quality is just getting worse. It could just be a quality thing. Like maybe the quality's getting worse, but the actual stream isn't lagging. Because I haven't been dropping any frames, it's just been network issues. I think... Okay, let me go and look at it on my phone real quick. Is it a complete mess or not? Is it a complete mess or not? Okay, well, here's a big fat red flag off the bat. There's no 60 FPS. There is no 60 FPS option. Oh no, that's not a good sign. And it's a stuttery mess. Wow, lovely. Yeah, the stream right now on my phone, it's not even 60 for some reason, even though the stream is 60. And it's like, yeah, it's like 10 frames. Wonderful. I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't know why. But it just is. Splatoon 3 is better than Splatoon 2. I mean... obviously it's still early, but like, I mean... Here's what I can say. The connection is not one of them. The connection is not one of them. Splatoon 2 definitely has a better connection than Splatoon 3. I can say that, at least. Let me try lowering the bitrate. I don't want to do this, but I don't want the stream to crash and burn for the remainder of the thing, so... What if I try lowering it to, like, something that's way too low? I'm gonna try lowering it to 9. 9 is too low for 1440p, but I want to see if that stabilizes it whatsoever. It's not really doing anything. It's still in the red. So maybe it's not a bitrate issue. Maybe it's just the network, like just in general being like weird. Okay, hold on. Now it's stabilizing somewhat. At 9 megabits at 1440p, so it probably doesn't look very good, but it works. Ugh, I don't like that the bitrate's that low. I really don't like that. If we were streaming at 1080p, that'd be fine, but at 1440p, it feels like a waste to stream at a bitrate that low. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm gonna try raising the bitrate again. I'm gonna try and see if I can find something that's at least better than 9. I'm gonna shoot it back up to 16, and we're gonna see if that... Okay, I actually thought we lost that one, to be honest, so I'll take that. Okay, it's back up to 16 megabits. Hopefully it's stable. I mean, the Splatfest, we're definitely in the end game now, so it's not like it's the end of the world or anything anyway, but... And it's dipping again. Okay, let's try going down to something a little more reasonable. How about 12? How about 12 megabits? That's like the absolute minimum I would probably ever do for 1440p, and even then I don't like it. But I just want something that's stable. That's all I want. Now, for what it's worth, I think I do remember hearing a couple of days ago about there being some, like, widespread YouTube streaming issue. But I think that was fixed, so I don't think this has anything to do with that. But, I don't know. So we're at 12. We're at 12 megabits. Hopefully that's good enough to get us through the remainder of the stream with decent quality. That would suck if I had to go back down to 1080p because the internet connection just doesn't want to handle anything higher than that. My problem with 1080p is not 1080p itself, it's the bitrate. If I could stream 18 or 16 megabits at 1080p and actually get quality that reflects that in the actual output, and still get ultra low latency, then maybe I would just do that. But I can't. If you want that higher bitrate, you have to stream at a higher resolution. And I'm all for higher resolutions, believe me. But at the same time, most of the games I stream are Switch games, so it's not like that 1440p resolution's really helping it out too much. It's mainly the higher bitrate that improves the image, not the actual image quality itself. I mean, this game runs at, like, dynamic 1080p, so, you know. It looks good, but obviously it is a Switch game still. If only we had the Switch Pro. Actually, that's another thing that happened. Not a Switch Pro rumor, but like new Switch stuff. Like apparently, like a new Tegra was leaked that has like 8 cores and stuff like that. I think it's based on like Ampere. Could be wrong about that. I'd have to look into it a little more, but there's been rumors that like that's gonna be the Tegra that's in the Switch 2 or whatever. And it's gonna have, it has support for DLSS and all that stuff, which I mean, obviously DLSS is the main thing I want to see on a Switch 2. Although with the new DLSS 3 and like the fake frames thing, I'm a little more skeptical about that. But then again, DLSS 3 famously does not work on the older cards, so if that new Tegra is Ampere based, and that means it only supports DLSS 2 stuff, then that means the Switch 2 wouldn't have the fake frame interpolation stuff anyway, which is arguably a good thing, but again, who knows. Yeah, I did see that was talked about a little. New Tegra for maybe the Switch 2. I mean, as long as it has DLSS support, that's all I really want. Like, yeah, I'll have more RAM, it'll be more powerful, but like, I really just want higher resolutions. You know, that's what I mainly want. I want to be able to play, you know, Mario and Zelda and Splatoon and Smash at like an upscaled DLSS 4K or whatever. Sure, it's not native, but DLSS is established at this point that even if it's not native, it's not really a big deal. It'll still look good. At least DLSS 2. Again, DLSS 3 with its like fake frame stuff is, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. But at least like, you know, DLSS super resolution with like DLSS 2, that is pretty solid. Now, I haven't gotten to use it because I don't have a capable graphics card, because like I said earlier, I have a 1070 still. But obviously I've heard that it's like the best thing since sliced bread or whatever. Although, of course, FSR also exists, and I have messed with FSR 1.0 a little bit. And yeah, FSR 1.0 ain't great. Unlike the ultra quality setting, it looks decent, but anything lower than that, it's not really worth using. But of course, FSR 2.0 is a lot better than that, but I haven't gotten to use FSR 2.0 yet, because none of the games I've tried to support it yet, because it's still relatively new. And of course, now we got FSR 2.1, and I'm sure we're going to get FSR 3.0 announced whenever we get, like, the big RDNA 3 thing, and they'll, of course, make a big deal about how FSR 3.0 works on all the cards, not just the newest one, obviously in a jab to NVIDIA with the whole DLSS 3 only, or at least, like, the frame generation thing that, again, you may or may not want anyway, only being on the 40 series cards. But again, who knows? We're just gonna have to wait and see. So apparently, the stream seems to be stable now. It seems like lowering the bit rate definitely helped. So yeah, that's nice at least. Whew. We've still barely gotten any like tricolor matches, by the way, but oh well. This is a Splatoon 1 color, by the way. This like color choice, like the reddish orange, and like this like cyan or whatever. This is like lifted right from Splatoon 1. I like that they brought back a lot of the Splatoon 1 color schemes in this game. I think it's pretty cool. But there's also like that like green and purple, not the green and purple we were playing on earlier, but like a different green and purple. That specific shade that we haven't seen in this stream, that's also from Splatoon 1. Oh god, look how bright this is! The bright orange combined with the bright, the bright? Ugh, I'm not sure if I'm saying things right. Yeah, the bright blue. maybe? Oh, dang it. Uh-oh. Okay, I think we might be able to make it. Yeah, solid win right there. $15 minutes left for the Splatfest here. Still haven't felt the need to change my weapon yet. Oh wait, shoot. You're not here, are you? That's awkward. Again, if I had the option to back out, that would be nice. Well, the closest thing I have to backing out is just like exiting the game, but obviously we're not doing that. Hey, OG colors. Can never go wrong with the OG colors. Yeah, the stream has been rock solid ever since I changed the bitrate to 12, so... Yeah, we're just gonna leave it on that for the rest of the stream. I'm warned about those connection issues really did not help. Those connection issues really did not help this stream. I mean, I already didn't expect that many people to show up for this one because I'm doing the Splatfest like the last second, hence the title of the stream. But like combined with all those connection issues with the stream, where the bitrate keeps tanking, really does not help either. So yeah, we're gonna just unlist this one after the fact. The connection issues alone kind of just doom this one to obscurity. Because half the stream is just going to be like a stuttery mess. Man, that was a solid loss right there. You know something about Twitter that's annoying? I know there's a lot of things, but I can't look at a Twitter feed without constantly being bombarded to sign in or sign out. Like, I don't want to sign into my old account that I don't use anymore. I want to just look at a feed without constantly being like, you want to see more of Jay's tweets or whoever I'm looking at? Well, you gotta sign in. Now, there is a way to bypass it. How you bypass it is you click log in, then you click the X in the corner, then boom, now you're back out again. But it's still gonna bombard you like 1,000 times. So that's kind of annoying. Okay, let me go ahead and, let's see. More food tickets. Can I get, like, something notable that's not just that? No? Just more food tickets. Not joinable in a match. In a match. Cool. I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, I'll go ahead and make another lobby. Oh yeah, here's my locker, by the way. I can't show you the inside right now, but I do have the locker somewhat customized, although... How do people get these big, tall, fancy lockers? How do people get that? I'm guessing from, like, the roulette thing. But yeah, I have customized my locker, for what that's worth, so it's not just stock. Even though I'm probably not going to really get invested in that side all too much. Alrighty, well, it's 4:53, so I kind of feel like maybe we should just do the last couple of matches. Alright, we got that new, Right, I forgot we got all of those. Still don't have that many banners, though. Oh, we're level 25, or almost 25. That's nice. I still haven't played the card game, if you didn't notice right there. Well, I guess we'll just do the last couple of these on our own then. Since we are almost at the end here. It was probably going to be our last couple of matches here, and then, I know, Splatling X mentioned something about private battles earlier. I mean, if he still wants to do that once the Splatfest is done, I wouldn't mind doing a couple of matches, but if that's pretty much going to be it, then I'm pretty much ready to call this kind of failure of a stream, to be honest. Mainly just because of the connection issues. Where the stream keeps dying. That kind of has killed this stream from really being viable as an after-the-fact thing. $457. I'm guessing we're gonna get like one more match in after this. Yeah. Yes. And I'm gone. 458. Yeah, I think we're gonna just barely squeeze in one more match. I think we're gonna squeeze in, unless the game forces us out at the exact 5-minute mark. I think we will get in like one more match before we call it. By the way, we're at the 2-hour 30-minute mark. About what I expected, but yeah. Like I said though, this stream is not staying up. I might even delete it, to be honest. It's like that much of a train wreck because of the connection. It's definitely getting unlisted at the very least. $459. Are we going to be able to squeeze in one more? Okay, we won that one, I'm pretty sure. Are we going to be able to squeeze in one more? Oh, look at that. 50 right on the dot. 50.0. That's kind of a rarity to get like such a clean on the dot right like that. So that's neat. It's 5. It's officially 5, and we haven't started another match yet. This might... Okay, is that it? Is that it? I'm guessing that's it, right? Yeah, this is it. This is totally it. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, we're not gonna know the results for at least a couple hours, maybe even days. Not that I really care too much about that, but... Alrighty then. Look at that stock shirt. Let's get that sorted away. Actually, hold on. Let's go ahead and... No! Wait, is that gonna take me to the lobby? Ah! See, I don't understand why that happens. How come when you come into this lobby, it, like, dies for a couple seconds, then it's totally fine? It's kind of weird. But anyways... Let's go ahead and... change that. What was I think it was this I had on before. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Look at Jobin. It's kind of funny, because we saw... Because earlier on in the stream, there was like someone that was literally called Joe Biden. And there's... That's not the same person, obviously, but like... They got a Joe Biden pic right there. So let's go ahead and... Oh wait, that means now I can get the stamper. I can get the stamper now. That's cool. We're obviously not going to mess with that now, but I believe... Oh, no. One more level. Okay, yeah, then we can use the stamper. Again, still haven't messed with the card game yet. We'll probably do that. I don't know. We'll do it at some point at least. But yeah, so I guess that's going to be it. Let's go back over here. Let's see. Yeah, I need more banners. My favorite banner of all these right now is this one, but obviously this is kind of like everyone has this one because you just gotta scan the code. So we got that one now. We can only have 3 at once, though, so I'm going to probably keep these ones. I definitely am going to keep Callie and Marie on there for probably as long as possible, if nothing else. But we're going to keep the badges as they are. Then, yeah, you get a bunch of new titles and stuff, but we're going to leave that alone for the time being. So we're at... Wait, what level are we? We're at level 14, and then the catalog level is at 24. Okay. We're getting the catalog done quicker than the levels, but hey, the catalog's kind of more important than rank up right now anyway, so it's not a big deal. Alrighty then, so I guess that's going to be it. So we'll go ahead and close out of that. So, yeah, thank you, Antonio and Splatling X for being here. It's a shame that Neko couldn't show up. I expected her to show up, but hey, there's always next time. And yeah, thank you to anyone else that joined in at some point and just didn't say anything. Thank you for being here as well. And apologies for the mess that was the connection this stream. I don't know why OBS just had... Like, I don't know why OBS died the way it did. We were able to fix it by setting it to 12 megabits, but it's not ideal for 1440p. So I don't know. So next stream... Well, next stream is probably not going to be on YouTube. It'll probably be over on Twitch, but I don't know. I know I said before that, like, oh, we were probably going to do some more Splatoon stuff, just casual Splatoon stuff over on Twitch. That clearly didn't happen, but like I said at the very beginning, I had COVID, so I wasn't exactly in the mood to do any of that. But now that that's, you know, I know this stream might lead you to believe otherwise with how my nose was acting up, but really, actually, though, it seems to be mostly over, so I don't know. I mean, of course, there's other important things I need to do, like school stuff and whatever. I need to catch up on that from when I was obviously 6, so I couldn't really work on any of that. So I need to work on that some more, so this was kind of an exception to that. But yeah, so next stream, well, there's not going to be any more big events for a while. You know, we had our direct, we had our state of play. The AMD event's not happening till November, and even then, like, if it's at like 3 in the morning, I'm probably not going to bother. Or sorry, not 3. If it's like at 6 in the morning, I'm probably not going to bother. But yeah, I don't know. So this is probably going to be the last stream we do for a little while. At least this is probably going to be the last stream we do, at least on YouTube, for a while, I think. There's nothing else really notable, because again, that's the whole thing I want to do with YouTube, where I want YouTube to be like, for like the notable, like it's special streams, like playthroughs and like special events, like the Splatfest, or, you know, directs and stuff like that. And then I want to have Twitch be for like the casual, let's just sit back and play a game, and it's not really anything all that special, you know. Or we just do some casual Smash Ultimate, or casual Splatoon 3, or casual Mario Kart, or any other game, right? That'll be over on there, more or less, is the idea. But again, we'll see. I've really had no desire to go back to Twitch since I've been streaming on YouTube with all the Splatoon stuff recently. I've been pretty happy with how it's done, with viewership and the quality and stuff like that. But obviously, I'm not going to completely abandon Twitch. I still want Twitch to exist for something, but yeah, I also don't want to clog up my YouTube feed. That's another reason why I don't want to just stream everything on YouTube, because I don't want to clog up my YouTube feed with a billion, like, gaming streams. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, but I don't know. I'll figure that all out. Long and short of it is this. This is probably going to be the last YouTube stream we do for a while. I imagine there's nothing really, and there's not going to be another Splatfest for at least a month, so, or whatever. So not going to be any more Splatoon streams here on the main channel, at least, for probably a while. And as for some Smash and Mario Kart and stuff, probably not anything really planned for the main channel. I know I still want to do a World of Light playthrough on YouTube. We're still going to do that eventually. But again, I want to get those videos that I've been complaining about for forever done. Whenever that happens, because I want that World of Light playthrough to be like the big send-off to like Smash Ultimate for me in terms of like main content. We'll still do casual streams every now and then, but I kind of want that to be like the end, right? Of like the big like Smash Ultimate content, since obviously the game, is, the game's almost 4 years old now. Still very much going to be played, but it's definitely going to be in the background more as like games like Splatoon and other things I do take over, obviously. But yeah, so again, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry for the terrible stream quality because of all the frame drops. Next stream that I do on YouTube, I might even bump it down to 1080p if I have to, but I don't know. I want to make sure that issue does not happen again. I can say that for the very least. And for that reason alone, this stream is going to be unlisted. So if you're around for this stream, then congratulations, because this stream will probably never be seen again, similar to that Splatoon 1 and 2 stream I did right before Splatoon 3 came out, where that one just didn't do all that well, so I decided to kind of scrap it. But although that one didn't have any connection issues, but anyways. So for the final time this stream, again, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for whatever. The next thing I probably upload on YouTube is going to probably be... Actually, I'm not sure. I was going to say She-Hulk, but She-Hulk still has a couple episodes to go, so that's still a couple of weeks away, so... I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Maybe it'll be a stream, maybe it'll be a video, maybe it'll be a short. Who knows? I kind of want to do some more shorts, but I don't know. But either way, stay tuned for whatever on YouTube and Twitch, and... yeah, so I guess with that being said, this is Logan59XP, and I'll see you guys next time.
Don't leave them here. Let us hide friendless at a kind of look. Got our eyes are still in doubt and fear. And sometimes got our eyes on someone special. Look how far we've come. lightning strike.